There are chefs who cook really well, and then there's Chef David Chung, who not only cooks really well, but in my opinion is also very creative. He's most creative when it comes to his new wave maki. All of his maki are different and delicious, but my favorite whenever I visit Akasaka is the spicy kalbi maki.
I remember 6 years ago when I first started the restaurant, I only have 6 different new way maki. Until now, you know what? I have 29 of them.
So he's got your traditional maki, you know, your spicy tuna, dynamite roll, and so on. And then he has a whole slew of amazing maki concoctions known as the New Wave Maki. With each maki, presentation is paramount.
Nowadays, if you go out to eat, go to a dining room, it's not just you're hungry, you go to eat. You want to see how good it is on the plates. So yeah, for me, I'm very, very, very concerned about the presentation and the food.
He adds the dry ice right beside the maki, which really makes the dish look just heavenly, as though it descended from the clouds. How appropriate. After all, we are talking about a maki that contains spicy kalbi and kimchi. Say what? You heard me, kimchi. Chef David fuses Korean and Japanese cuisine to bring you a unique maki unlike any other I've ever tried.
The spicy kalbi, I got the inspiration from the Korean cuisine. So I'm using the kalbi, when you go to Korean restaurant, right? The spicy kalbi. And then, what else you think? Kimchi, yes. So I'm gonna put the rice with the kalbi, and then the kimchi, roll it up, and then put the avocado on top with the 7 spices.
Spicy kalbi maki is prepared like any maki or roll. Chef David starts with the rice, then adds sesame seeds, turns it over, adds a touch of wasabi, then out comes the kimchi. Kimchi, for those of you who don't know, is a mix of cabbage, radish, green onion, and cucumber seasoned in some spices. You can imagine how much flavor that adds to this dish. Then comes the kalbi beef. The spicy kalbi is super tender, juicy, and somewhat sweet. I'm not sure what exactly makes it sweet, but it just leaves that sweet aftertaste in your mouth. It's almost like eating juicy, boneless ribs wrapped up in a roll.
When you're having the spicy kalbi, you got the little bit of the spicy and sour, you know, the acidity, and then it will be really, really balanced off with the kalbi, because the kalbi I marinate with the kiwi, so which is a very sweet flavor. You know, tenderize the meat is not using any baking powder or the chemical. There's no, which is using the kiwi and Japanese milling sugar to marinate over 48 hours.
Ah, the kiwi! That explains everything, David. And of course, what better a drink to enjoy the maki with than the Dunmai Jajingjo. It's a type of sake that I was able to sample for the first time at Akasaka, and whoa, does it ever bring out all the flavors and spices to the forefront.
Normally in my restaurant, the application of the sake we have is starting from top of the line. It's called the Junmai Daijinjo. So the Junmai Daijinjo basically is a very quickly explanation. Is they melt the rice down to 50%, almost go to the center of the core, and then they go through for the fermentation. So which means the Junmai Daijinjo will give you all the better aroma, all the flavor.
This particular sake can be perfectly paired with my second favorite thing at Akasaka, the Cajun tuna dish. Tuna on its own can be quite bland, but when it's seared and spiced, you've got a whole new tuna. Once all these spices seep into the tuna, it becomes more like a tender piece of meat.
I'm getting this Cajun tuna. We're using crush it with the Cajun, and then just use the charcoal grill. And on the top, I'll put some ponzu aspect, which is the jello.
Ponzo ashbak has gotta be the greatest invention known to Japanese food. Essentially, the ponzo ashbak are little pieces of jello made of soy. There's no mess when it comes to dipping your tuna, and I find the ponzo adds another dimension of texture to the dish. It's perfection.
And then when you eat it together with the same thing, you get spicy and you get some acidity together. It's a really, really good balance as well with the sake. Every table order one, so it's already telling me Cajun tuna is the Cajun tuna.
I order it every time I come here, and other customers seem to enjoy it as much as me.
Every time I come here, always start off with the Cajun tuna. It's the best appetizer here. It's a must-have at Akasaka. Tuna's tender, spiced around and not too spicy, so even if you don't like spice, it's really good.
Again, I don't like anything too spicy. She's right. The Cajun spices just give the tuna that extra zing. But if it's too spicy for your taste buds, I have the solution. A cold glass of Junmai Jajingjo.